When investing in a luxury diesel pusher, prospective buyers naturally expect structural reliability, especially when operating a 40-foot coach at highway speeds. However, for the 2015 Tiffin Phaeton 40QBH, public safety filings and long-term owner feedback suggest there are a few key areas buyers should independently verify before they purchase. Today we're breaking down the official recall data and owner-reported patterns specific to this coach as part of our standard buyer awareness process. It often comes down to particular components that multiple owners have discussed over their years of real-world use. The 2015 Phaeton was widely regarded as a popular diesel pusher in its class, and Tiffin has historically had a strong reputation for working with customers to resolve their concerns. But even a popular coach can develop recognizable wear patterns after more than a decade of service. We're not here to tell you what to buy. We're here to highlight what to investigate so you can make an informed decision. Let's start with the government data. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, there are 2 safety recalls that buyers of the 2015 Tiffin Phaeton 40QBH should verify that they have been completed. The first is NHTSA recall 15V297. In this recall, certain 2015 Tiffin coaches, including the Phaeton 40QBH, were built with a slide-out controller in the basement compartment that can be susceptible to moisture intrusion. According to official filings, if moisture enters the controller, it may cause an electrical short in the slide-out control circuit, which could result in unintended slide movement even when the motorhome is in motion. Tiffin issued a specific remedy for this recall. Owners and technicians commonly describe the fix as adding a relay and improving moisture protection around the slide-out controller housing. We can't verify the repair history of each specific used coach, but the recall is a matter of public record, and the consistency of the concern makes it highly worthy verifying during a pre-purchase inspection. The second relevant recall is NHTSA Recall 15V880, which involves certain electric entry steps installed on multiple Tiffin years, including the affected 2015 units. In that filing, the bolt that attaches the fan gear assembly to the step may fracture under certain conditions, allowing the steps to become unstable and not remain in the expected position. Tiffin and the step manufacturer addressed this through a safety recall that was typically performed at authorized service centers during the early life of the coach. If you're buying on the private market today, confirming that this recall was completed for your specific VIN and that the repair is still intact is generally the buyer's responsibility. That covers the official record. But what happens when we look at owner pattern recognition over time? We've reviewed discussions from public owner forums, and a few themes appear repeatedly for the 2015 Tiffin Phaeton 40QBH and similar coaches from that era. First, multiple owners reported issues with the behavior of the bedroom Schwintek slide motors. These owner reports describe the motor's occasional binding or falling out of sync, sometimes accompanied by a high-pitched whining sound or a popping noise during operation. We cannot independently verify each individual story, but the repetition of the similar descriptions across different owners is worth noting as a potential inspection item. Manufacturers and component suppliers generally emphasize that the proper maintenance, lubrication, and current synchronization procedures can prevent or reduce many slide-related issues. Still, based on owner discussions, when Schwintek slide motors do require service at an independent shop, the out-of-pocket cost can vary widely depending on labor rates and how much disassembly is required. Second, there are owner reports documenting what they describe as hairline cracks along the roof radius rails or roof edge transitions. If the RV industry's aging fiberglass surfaces and joints commonly require monitoring, sealing, and periodic maintenance, and many owners flag the roof edges as a critical inspection zone or any older fiberglass coach. Third, on the cosmetic side, there are consistent reports of clear coat checking or micro cracking on dark painted front and rear caps, particularly on older coaches. Tiffin and other RV manufacturers have historically characterized clear coat checking on fiberglass as a widespread industry cosmetic issue tied in part to materials and environmental exposure, not as a structural defect specific to any single model. However, professional paint and clear coat correction on a large diesel pusher is a major project, and owners frequently note that restoring the finish can be quite costly. You're not helpless here. If you're inspecting a 2015 Phaeton 40QBH, there are practical steps you can take. On the exterior, start with the roof radius rails and roof edges, looking for any hairline cracks, failed sealant, or signs of previous repair. And consider hiring a certified RV inspector to evaluate all exterior seams and penetrations. Next, use the VIN to check for open recalls and ask the seller for service records showing completion of NHTSA recalls 15V297 and 15V880. Even if the paperwork is provided, it's widely recommended to have a technician physically locate the slide-out controller, confirm that the recall remedy was applied, and verify that any moisture protection or relay updates are actually present. When you're inside, carefully observe the bedroom slide operation from fully retracted to fully extended and back. If one side appears to lag significantly behind the other, or if you hear unusual whining or popping noises, that's a sign to have a qualified technician evaluate the slide system. At the entry door, and have your inspector confirm whether the upgraded hardware for the step recall is present and secure per the recall guidelines. Finally, take a close look at the dark painted front and rear caps in good lighting, checking for clear coat checking or micro cracks, and budget accordingly if professional refinishing might be needed. The Phaeton is a long-running and well-known line in the diesel pusher world, and many owners are very happy with these coaches. But combining the official recall information with these commonly reported aging and wear patterns is why we suggest taking a highly observant system-by-system approach to any used 2015 Phaeton 40QBH. None of this means that every 2015 Tiffin Phaeton 40QBH will experience these issues, or that any particular coach you're considering is unsafe or defective. It does mean that, especially on a used coach, an informed buyer who relies on professional inspections, not just a cosmetic walkthrough, is in a stronger position to make a safe decision. This report is for informational purposes only to help you understand public data and owner-reported patterns. It is not a mechanical certification, a definitive product review, or legal advice. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the road. Bye.